So yeah, we will go at it fresh. Lauren is the character we are going with at the moment. Top. Tiny head. I'd say for a female character, slim physique would be what we're looking for. And then we just... I don't know. I always seem to like the commoner face best. Straight. Bun. Braided. Let's go wave. Color. Man, you could go straight up red hair, I guess. I think in the Demon Souls series, I had her with black hair, but black brown. It's gonna be under armor most of the time, so. Hormones. Wow. That's. I guess we'll go with a default commoner. Is that default commoner? I guess it is. Are we not able to change the eye color? Oh, I guess that just for randomizing. Thurlin Cleric. Far East Traveler. Heck, Commoner. Commoner works, I guess. I usually take the old Witch's Ring, which has a use later in the game. And then we just... Bandit Strong. Hunter. Deprived. Hunter. I'm just thinking as far as starting weapon here. That looks like a broadsword, and we get more of a long sword with the warrior. Oh, that's all the customization we get, huh? You can't even change the eye color, I guess. Oh, here we go. Now we're talking. The main thing for customization is I want red eyes. The rest of this customization I don't really. Well, you could. A lot of this customization is that there's a lot here, but there isn't really a lot. A lot in terms of
In the age of ancients,
useful
the
things.
world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire, and with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito, the first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Gwyn's mighty bolts peeled apart their stone scales. The witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath, the Scaleless, betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more. Thus began the Age of Fire.
It's a pretty good overworld
But
view.
soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers. And man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark side. Yes, indeed. The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world.
That sounds bleak.
This is your fate.
Yeah, the graphics do get a bit of a much needed overhaul in the remaster. Everything just looks a little bit better. Dungeon cell key. Key to the dungeon of the Undead Asylum to the north. A mysterious knight without saying a word shoved a corpse down into the cell, and on its person was this key. Who was this knight, and what was his purpose? There may be no answers, but one must still forge ahead. Sturdy helm of iron provides a sound level of defense. Thick leather armor, very common type of protective gear. Old ring from an old witch engraved minutely with indecipherable script, but seemingly useless. It's not entirely useless, which we will find out later. Regular thrust. The hilt of this lost sword was found discarded in the Undead Asylum. Only slightly better than one's bare hands, but not recommended for extensive use. Be certain to find a replacement quickly. Black crystal sends phantoms back to their homes, or sends you back to yours. Dark sign signifies an accursed undead. Those branded with it are reborn after death, but one day lose their mind and go hollow. Death triggers the dark sign, which returns the spirit of the last bonfire rusted up, but at the cost of all humanity and souls. Which retains the basic concept of demon souls. You die, you lose everything. Camera controls, right stick. R1 attack. Hey, look! Nothing more perfect to test it on than this guy right here. Did you see the new Alpha Tori livery? Remind me who they, is that what Toro Rosso is called now? Scuderia Alpha Tori. Yeah, Toro Rosso. Okay. So it looks nothing like their current car, or like last year's car anyway. Strong attack. There's a nasty looking demon over there. Just and God, that looks brutal. Guessing that guy lost. Someone died. Well, yeah, I suppose you can come back here, so there's actually a Black Knight guarding here later. Be wary of Knight. William showed theirs off to like Haas. They went back to white gray with red. Yeah, I always liked their original, Haas's original livery. Nothing here. But this first little bonfire. Which is basically here to give you a spot to die in the very beginning, other than the first room, I suppose. Yeah, make sure to look up if you ever play this. Maybe not even your first time, but you do get an indication that that guy's coming. And 2, 3 damage. No. That ain't worth it. Is he still in there? Yeah. If you kill him without escaping into this room, you get his club as a weapon. But since you don't have a weapon at the start of the game, usually that's a weapon you acquire when you're in a new game plus playthrough. Peter's shield. Which actually is a really good physical shield. Small metal shield, a standard widely used shield. This shield is easy to use and one of the smallest shields that offers 100% physical damage protection. Alright. So, we can just run at him. We'll look at the description of the longsword once He's supposed to run away when you get close, but for whatever reason he didn't. Yeah, I just looked at Williams' livery and theirs looking. It looks kind of old school. Kind of like their 90s setup with Williams Renault. It looks a little bit like that with the red. Tough enemy ahead. Someone died here. I think there's a black eye knight here later in the game too. Alright. Alright. Widely used standard straight sword, only matched in ubiquity by the short sword, an accessible sword which inflicts consistent regular damage and high slash damage, making it applicable to a variety of situations. Back step. Oh yeah, if you just hit circle while standing still, you'll do a back step. Very important because there are some merchants later in the game you will talk to. There's a very specific one I'm thinking about right now, and I'll show it off when we get there. You get to it quite early in the game. I've never played this game, even though it was largely popular. Isn't this the game that's really hard and you die a lot? Do you lose everything when you die? Yeah, these games are known for their difficulty. There are a lot of traps like that one right there. You can't possibly know are there until like your second or third playthrough.
You're no hollow. Thank goodness. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I, we're both undead. Hear me out, will you?
Well,
regrettably,
of course.
I have failed in my mission, but perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family: thou who art undead art chosen, and thine exodus from the undead asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know. Well, now you know, and I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this.
How did he end up down here is
Estus
what I'm
flask,
wondering.
an undead favorite. Oh, and this. Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. So go now, and thank you.
Alright, Estus flasks. Undead treasure these dull green flasks. Dull green, huh? Well, I guess they are once you drink out all the contents. Fill with Estus at bonfire, fills HP. The Estus flasks are linked to the Fire Keepers. The Dark Tales also make reference. An emerald flask from the Keeper's soul. She lives to protect the flame and dies to protect it further. Key to iron bars on the east side of the second floor of the North Undead Asylum. The Undead Asylum is a giant undead prison segmented by countless iron bars. Even an undead were to escape from the cell, passage to the outside world would not be gained easily. But yeah, you can die a lot when you're new to the game and unprepared. And there's two forms of currency in this game. souls, which we have 80 of right now, and then humanity, which is that counter next to my health and stamina gauge, which says 0 right now. We don't have any humanity yet. But basically, when you die, both of those things reset to 0 and are dropped in the location you died in a bloodstain, which you have to reach before you die a second time. And if you die a second time, you lose everything. You lose your humanity and your souls that were in that stain. And Oscar just died, which we get 100 free souls for. I need to think about breaking my old parrying skills out. And that's the east key. There's a west key later that allows us... Basically, there's an item up on this side which you actually can't reach right now. I don't think you can even glitch your way up there. We got a half roll. So, there's a lot of ambushes that are just like this. And I'm out of practice with parries, so... That's why I get hit there. This guy... And we do manage to parry him. And we get a hollow soldier helm, which is actually quite unfavorable to ours. Worn by hollow soldiers, it may be old and battered, but its iron construction makes it quite sturdy. So as to wear a sturdy form of head protection against arrows and other physical threats. Oh. But yeah, this is the east door. R1 while following, plunging attack. And that actually has some relevance here. Because there's that Asylum demon. Oh, we fouled it up. Yeah, that's sitting attack. Oh! I need some Sunny D. Ooh, 71. This guy doesn't. I mean, when you're not very familiar with him, he can catch you out, but he's a pretty easy boss. It's unfortunate I couldn't pull off the plunging attack because it actually takes off half of his health. I'll have another chance to show off the plunging attack with a later boss. Key to the inner door of the Undead Asylum main hall. Big key belonging to a chosen undead pilgrim. But this chosen undead knows not what this pilgrimage has in store. Alright. Be wary of boss. That's not... That's warning about a different boss, I believe. Okay. There... We actually picked up some humanity too, which... I believe humanity fills your HP. Rare tiny black sprite found on corpses used to gain 1 humanity and restore a large amount of HP. This black sprite is called humanity, but little is known about its true nature. If the soul is the source of all life, then what distinguishes the humanity we hold within ourselves? Good job. Go straight ahead. I always... Yeah, here we go. Very, very easy to miss item there around the corner. I think that's the only one in this area, at least on visit number 1. There's a ledge that's really easy to fall off of. But I'm just being meticulous. No matter how much you think you know, like, often you just forget stuff.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen. To leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords.
So yeah, there'll just be times when I'm a little more, when I'm a little bit maybe too meticulous on things. I'm just trying not to miss anything. I'm also trying not to depend on the guide, although I am going to bring it up for a specific purpose that has nothing to do with where I'm going next. But we are now at Firelink Shrine. There's a bonfire right here. I suggest resting at it. It's the only bonfire at this point that provides you with 10 Estus flasks. And right out of the gate you can start leveling up. You can't kindle the bonfire while you're hollow, which is looking like that. And you need humanity to reverse hollow. So I will demonstrate both of these things in the next part of the game, and the best way for me to signify the end of a part here is basically just to, like, use this gesture and bow at the end of it. And then when you're watching on YouTube, that'll signal a transition from the end of one part into the beginning of the next. So we'll do that now.